All right, welcome back. Next one I have, we're talking about outliers. So the definition of an outlier is a value, make sure that is, there we go, value that lies outside most of the other values in a data set. So what I mean by that, let's do some practice. We got some data sets right here. We're gonna figure out the outliers of these data sets. So the first one I see, I have 8, 10, 13, 13, 14, 16, 27. By the definition of outlier, which one do you think is the outlier of this data set? If you said 27, you're correct. 27 is your outlier. It lies outside of these normal numbers in the data set. This looks normal. 8, 10, 13, 13, 12, 16. They're in a perfectly good group. Next one I have 20, 22, 22, 25, 28, 32, 34. Then I hit 43. Which one do you think is my outlier? If you said that you do not have an outlier, you're correct. There is no outlier. This is all within the means. Next one I have 44, 51, 36, 19, 40, 69, 49, and 46. Which one do you think is my outlier? If you said 69, you are incorrect. It's actually 19. 19 is your outlier. See that? Let me zoom out. Next one I have 76, 72, 64, 93, 80, 35, 78, 96, 75, 70, 72. Which one do you think is my outlier? If you said 96, you are incorrect. It's actually 35. 35 is going to be an outlier. All right, next. All right, here we go. Here's the rules that we need in order to be successful. If the data set doesn't have outliers, we should use the mean. If the data set does have an outlier, we should use the median. And we all know what the mode is. The mode is the one that you see the most often. So let's go to the first one. So we have Amanda. Amanda wants to determine which letter appears the most often in her favorite poem. We all know most often means mode. At a certain company, the 9 employees have the following weekly salaries: 820, 850, 860, 880, 900, 910, 920, 930, 940. Does this have an outlier? No, it does not have an outlier. So remember, back up to our rules, if the data set doesn't have an outlier, we can use the mean. We're able to use it. So we're going to use the mean here. Next one, the bakery sells 9 types of sandwiches. So we got 557, 570, 578, 610, 614, 629, 633, 642, and then all of a sudden we have a 951. Do we have an outlier? Yes, my outlier is going to be 951. Remember, if it does have an outlier, we must use the what? The median. The median is going to be better because, let me show you why. The reason why we are using the mean if we don't have an outlier is because it won't mess up my data. Okay? If I did have a 10,000 at the end of this, my mean would be different. You know what I'm saying? But here, if I do have an outlier, you know what's always going to say true to itself? The median. Because it doesn't matter if you have an outlier. It doesn't matter because we're looking for the number that's in the middle. That's why it's called the median. All right, moving on. Next one. The 9 members of the fraternity have the following tests: 118, 120, 122, 123, 125, 26, 27, 29, 31. Do I have an outlier? I'm going to say no. So if I do not have an outlier, I get to use what? My mean. Remember, no outlier, mean. Professor Hall, class, 9 students. We got 82, 126, 133, 136, 138, 141, 142, 143, and then 144. Do I have an outlier? Yes, I do. It's that 82. If I do have an outlier, that means I have to use my what? My median. And then as a part of the U.S. Census, what you should be doing Tell your parents to do your census. It's very important. The number of children is reported for each family in the U.S. Which measures gives the most common? That helps me. Most common number is going to be the mode. Now I'm just going to briefly, quickly go through them and give you the answer so you can get the gist of it. Next one, here's the blah, 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 286. Do I have an outlier? I'm going to say, yes, I do have an outlier. And my outlier is going to be 470. And if I do have an outlier, I have to use my median. 390, 399, 43. This does not have an outlier, so that means I get to use my mean. And lastly, most often tells me mode. Next one, do I have an outlier? I believe I do. 184 is my outlier. If I do have an outlier, I use my median. If I don't, which is I don't, I use my mean. Most often is going to be my mode. Alright, you get it. I'm going to skip through that. Go here, skip. Do I want to go through this? Basic information describes median. Yeah, I'll go over this. So here you can quickly find the median. You can say, hey, I don't like the dots. I don't like the line plots. Let me go ahead and write out my data set. You can do that, or you can just simply just cross off, you know. Sorority and least the greatest. So your median is going to be what? 85. Simple. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. We know about box and whiskers. Which number best describes the range of the data in the box and whisker plot? We all know the range, right? We know it's the highest. Range equals highest minus lowest. It's not asking you for the IQ or the interquartile range, so you don't need the upper quartile and lower quartile. You need the highest number, the lowest number. Let me ask you this: which one is my highest number? If you said 20, yes, it's correct. And then which one is my lowest number? If you say 1, you're incorrect. 1 is not your lowest number. Yes, it's the lowest number on this number line, but according to this box and whisker, your lowest number is going to be, or your minimum is going to be 5. So now we have to do 20 minus 5, which is 15.